All right, Sagittarius, thanks for tuning in to your September horoscope for Sidereal Astrology. To find your sidereal sign, please check the description down below. So let's have a look this month for you Sagittarians. For everybody, I have a very transformative month, very positively transformative month this month in September. And this is leading us into October, which October we're going to have the series of solar and lunar eclipses again, which will be very transformative. But here the transformations start. And right off the bat at the beginning of the month, we've got the Sun trining Pluto, Venus trining Pluto, and then Pluto going station direct on the 22nd. So you can see now the transformations are they're not so impactful. If you think back to April, sometimes these solar eclipses, they can be like all of a sudden. Lots of change, lots of transformation all of a sudden. But this is us now willing to make these transformations. You can see it leading up to the eclipses in the astrology. So right off the bat on the 3rd, the Sun trines Pluto. Where's Pluto? Pluto's in your first house. This is most important to you Sagittarians with Pluto, with these transformations and Pluto transiting your first. This is about changes to your life, changes to you. First house has to do with your ambitions, your goals, your drives. It's the beginning of the zodiac wheel. It's about life. It's about taking that step forward. And a lot of you, for many years, while Pluto's been transiting your first house, there's been a lot of changes in your life, in general, in all areas of your life. Lots of transformation, lots of changes. Changes to your identity even. And how people see you. Changes to your relationships. Opposite the 7th. Now, this month, you guys are going to want to create these changes. Pluto has been retrograde since April, taking a break, but at the same time reflecting. So since April, what have you learned? And all these things you're learning about transforming yourself and letting go of attachments. Because Pluto, let's talk about Pluto. Pluto is the outer, the most powerful outer asteroid of the solar system. And his job, he's the god of the underworld, right? His job is to strip us away of everything that's not serving us. Because we can't take these things to the afterlife. Strip us of everything that we can't take to the afterlife. And this is what allows change to happen, because it's not just about preparing us for death. It's that things are always dying. Things are always changing. That's what growth is. When something old dies, something new is born. And the universe in every moment is constantly doing this. So to be in the flow with the universe, we have to let go. We have to let go. And this has to do with mainly letting go of who you are or who you think you are. Because here's the thing, Pluto will detach us from what we're focused on or attached to. And what the attachment always is always an attachment from the mind. So in a way, he's an ego transformer. And the first house is the house of you. It is of your ego. Now this isn't just negative ego, it's your healthy ego even. It's your personality. Your personality is transforming. And the key is in all of this is letting go of all the attachments on who you think you are, who you think you need to be, or whatever. Because those details, all those things are all just mind concepts. Who you think you are. Who you think you are is just a fraction. It's not even true. Anything that the mind conceives as a concept is so limiting that it completely it limits what it actually is. To actually see yourself, you have to completely be present. You have to just completely, you can't label it. You just observe it. Observe yourself for the universally unique individual that you are. And your higher personality and stuff. And then that'll shine through. And I think that's what you guys are learning. Is the more you just let go and not have to control so much, all the details in your life. And not control yourself so much that you need to be a certain way all the time. Letting that go, okay, is transforming you. And it's allowing they're just old habits, old ways of thinking. And allowing these old modes of thinking about yourself, your personality, and your life, allowing these things to go is enlivening you. It's creating room for you to actually embody your true self. Because you are Sagittarius. You are the higher self, incarnate. Sagittarius is the higher self, the purpose in life, the divine purpose. And that is you guys. So you guys have learned a lot since April in regards to this in your own way. These are just my words looking at the general astrology. It's affecting all of you individually differently. But look to that. Ask yourself, what since April have you learned in regards to the first house stuff, in regards to you and your life? It's all areas of your life. And this month, you're going to certainly want to start putting those changes into action. Because here's the thing about Pluto. Pluto is about power. And it's either power from the outside or it's our power. And when it's our power, it's when we own the power. When we're no longer the victim, we control our lives. We own our power. And this is about you becoming more powerful with Pluto in the first. And you guys are claiming your power this month. Right off the bat on the 3rd, like I said, positive trines going towards that. That's creative energy. Venus will then be trining. That's positive support from your relationships. And allowing your again, like this higher self to guide you. Now let's talk about that. Venus is going to be transiting your 9th house for the bulk of this month up until the 24th. So almost the whole month, Venus will be in your 9th. That's about opening your heart to your divine guidance, your divine messages, your higher self. Venus is at heart chakra. And the sun's going to be there up until the 16th. So a lot of creative energy there, a lot of illumination, a lot of self-expression, a lot of it, and this can affect you all very differently, or manifest differently, I should say. Some of you might be connecting to others abroad this month, making new relationships, perhaps online. Perhaps a lot of you might be traveling. Perhaps a lot of you might be learning higher studies, refining, learning more about your spirituality and who you are. It may come from a book. It may not, because ultimately it comes from you. The books just remind us of this knowledge that we already know. I do want to mention, though, about the reading and writing, though, this month, because you do have a full moon taking place in your 3rd house. And this is on the 8th, so early on in the month. So a lot of you might be actually learning some spiritual studies or teaching spiritual studies. But overall, just expressing yourself, your true divine self. And this is what's all part of it. So it's what's all part of it. All of this energy of you coming into yourself, owning your power, is going to naturally be way more expressive. And it's going to create a lot of opportunities for you this month. With the full moon in the 3rd. 3rd house is about opportunities. It's the marketplace. It's our exchanges, all exchanges in life. So feeling very good, feeling very full and aware and keenly aware that when you step into your power, when you open your heart, your divine heart, then opportunities unfold for you. And these are opportunities that are all in alignment with your path. Now, speaking of your path, your ruler, Jupiter, is in your 8th house still. Okay, so while this is all going on, here's another reason why I think you guys are going to be willing to do this. Because for the bulk of this year, you guys have been wanting to make positive transformations. You've got Jupiter in the 8th house. Wanting. Jupiter is what we feel good about. You're feeling good. You have been for a lot of this year about transforming and making these changes in your life. So use that positive energy. I think you already are using that positive energy. And that itself is creating opportunities. That itself is unfolding your path. Jupiter is that path. So when you step into your power, your path is unfolding and opportunities are abound. Now let's talk about the new moon. The new moon is happening in your 10th house. So mid-month, the sun will go into your 10th. Okay, and then the new moon on the 24th in that 10th house. So a lot of you will be having changes in regards to your service. This may mean changes in regards to your career, okay? But it's all new beginnings. It may be career, it may be service, it may be anything that you do that is of service to others. the public. It's your public image as well. So new beginnings in this area, okay, for you guys. But it could also be, the 10th house is the house of self-mastery, of life mastery. It's the top of the chart that rules. It's the overlord of everything else. So when you're stepping into your power, you're realizing that you have power over the whole chart, the whole part of your life, every aspect of your life. And that's probably the more general sort of energy that you're going to be dealing with towards the second half of the month. Stepping into that self-mastery and owning your life and controlling your life. Not controlling and resisting, but allowing everything to come in and owning it and using it, stepping into your power. It's like, for example, your feelings have power, owning your feelings. Your thoughts have power, owning your thoughts. What you say has power, owning what you say, taking control over it. If an emotion comes up, for instance, you observe it, but then you take control, and then you direct your emotions in a way that's in alignment with your higher guidance, with your higher self. A lot of that, very powerful, powerful month for you Sagittarians, indeed. And this is, again, leading into October. Let's talk about those feelings, actually, though, because we've got a grand trine taking place involving your water signs. Mars will be in your 12th, Jupiter will be in your 8th, like I mentioned, and Uranus is in your 4th. So, grand trine, positive energy, very supportive. But ultimately, with Uranus and Jupiter, this is about ultimate freedom. And I think for those of you, and I think all of you, are going to be stepping into your power this month. And when you do that, it's going to be liberating. And you're going to really feel this towards the end of the month. Well, third week of the month. And especially into October, when then Mars makes its aspect from the 12th house. Liberation. When you own your power, you're stepping into your true self. And there's nothing more liberating than being your true self. And it's all about a lot of these, it's all spiritual because they're all water signs. So all these changes that are going, the whole universe is in this constant state of flow, and this involves your feelings. And when you go with the flow, when you go with these changes, then you're embodying your true self, and then when you observe, you have that power and that control over your life, and then you can direct the stream, so to speak, in the direction that you want. So that's the grand trine that's happening at the end of the month. Now, I didn't talk about Mars this month. Mars, the masculine principle, is going to be transiting your 12th house from the 4th onward, so pretty much the whole month. So a lot of you are going to be putting in a lot of energy into your spirituality this month, interestingly enough. And there's no surprise here. These are all spiritual houses. 9th house, 8th house, 4th house, 3rd house, opposite the 9th, and then 12th. But in regards to Mars, it's going to be that drive, that motivation, wanting to get spiritual, wanting to take your spirituality seriously, wanting to go after those things which are important to you on a soul level. And that's what the transformation is all about. It's all about what's true to us. It's all about what's true to our soul. And that's where the energy is coming from. All of this transformation is just the transformation. The direction, the energy is spiritual this month for you. Spiritual warrior. Mars, warrior, 12th house, spirituality. You'll be stepping into your spiritual warrior self this month for sure, Sagittarius. All right, so thanks for watching. If you have any specific questions, please get in touch. If you'd like a personal reading looking at how these planets are aspecting your personal chart planets, please get in touch for a personal reading. All right, Sagittarius, have a good month, and thanks for watching.